Good evening, everyone. So, up so far, okay, up so far, anyone have a problem? I think I told you last time to go for NDBI, NDVI, and other. I only done the NDVI. Have you done with the calculating the other NDBI and the max and minimum values? You have done, and adding into the map layer for the NDBI, NDBI also done. So, shall I ask someone in here to help me with this one? Maybe someone without the laptop who's coming for the training? Hi. Can you tell me about the code that so far that we have done? Yes. Yes, please come. Yeah, you can come here and show me. I'll help you to go ahead. Yes, come in front. Okay. Yeah, come here. Come here. It's okay, just put this one over here. Okay, guys, listen. One person who is without the laptop, give it to yourself. I know it here in every training.
Okay, thank you for the privilege. Basically, we started with Google Engine, and let me stand this way. We started with Google Engine, and we started with the interface. So we started by mentioning the areas to which we can get the NDVI, areas we can get the index, and these are the areas we can get it, the scripts. And at any point in time that you need to input them, you can find them here from the doc. Then we came here and we started with the importing. And with the importing, we started with variable ROI, table projects, and that is how come we were able to import this very variable. And from there, we also imported that of the image. So in this place, you can also import that of your own image. That is the very image that you are working with. And we made sure we check the bands in the database to identify the band combination for this particular image before. And that's how we got the coordinates for the image. We loaded the data. It was a USGS data. Then Landsat 8 precisely. And when you go to the data platform, you are able to get all the information that is in there to be able to gather that information that you have here. You also zoom the map to the location you want to. So assuming you have your ROI in Zimbabwe or Ghana or any other place that you think you are working on, then probably you have to zoom to that area. And that is the map center object ROI 12. Then we went to setting the base map. So basically they are in layers. And so we have the map setup options, that is the hybrid. And so basically once it's a layer, then you have to get the map.s set options hybrid from this place. And cases where you want to identify this very variable, you can go to the doc that I just earlier indicated. Then you can just pick that map.set options from there, the hybrid type. Then we went to apply scaling factors. The scaling factors are always identified in the database that I just mentioned. You can always get it from the Landsat 8, where you have the scale factors in the index as well. We have the function apply scale factor image, and we have the variable optical bounds, the image.select. And I believe that also is also found in the data that we identified in the Landsat 8. You can see that of the function there. Okay, in cases where you don't see it, you go to the doc, the very part, this part thing, he has taken that off, but the very part that you can just type the function apply scale factor image, and you get it there. You copy that aspect, then you make sure the variables that you started with, the names that you used, you make sure you replicate the same names there. Because either than that, when you run, it will know what identify the name you started with. Because everything must follow in that chronological order. And we came here with the function max LX image, the bit fill, and the dilated clouds. So cases where you want to remove the clouds, there are cases where the data don't have clarity when you want to conduct your analysis. So you want to clear some quantum of clouds from the data before you conduct your analysis to be able to get some closer precision in terms of the analysis you want to conduct. So you want to do some cloud fill, the dilated cloud, cirrus, cloud shadow, and these are the variables that you must also combine with.
Okay, I'm going to finish it down. Okay.
I'll try still further. Thank you.
So you have done anybody who have been absent last class? No one in here? Oh, sorry, the mic. Otherwise, the recording will not go. Okay. Anybody has been not in the last class? No, everyone was here, no? Okay. Then all good. So what we have done in the last class was this one was before. We took the indexes that we have been calculated and added them into our map in the down. After that, what we have been done in here is calculating the maximum and minimum value. Why we need to collect the minimum and maximum values? Also I explained, because otherwise we cannot see the specific things that we are using for the indexes. Even though it goes from +1 to -1, based on the location that we are choosing, the indexes values, the range will be changing. So we have already done these things, and I have been added NDVI and NDBI values, but I wanted to calculate the other points. In the break I will calculate because I haven't calculated. And today we will be go ahead with this using these indexes on the land use classification part, which is the final part of this training for the Google Earth Engine. But it has to be a little bit complex because we have different type of classification methods. Anybody in here knows about the classification methods? Anybody? You know? Anybody in here? You know classification methods? No one? Oh, yes, please. Augustine, you can go. Yeah, we have main categories as supervised and unsupervised. Basically, yeah. So we have like supervised and unsupervised. For example, if we are going for the global version on the MODIST or something, in the global version, we don't go for supervised classification. We go for unsupervised classification because it's much easy. But if you're going for a local region, let's say like a province or district or something, a small region that you can give the sample data, each of these specific things, we go for supervised classification. Why? Supervised classification have much more accuracy than the unsupervised classification. But in the global region, let's say we take in the entire world, then the factor of like the confusion factor is not that much important. So end of the time, we will be calculating how about the confusion that the algorithm that we have been created on the checking on the land, the classification how much like it has been misplaced. So how much accuracy that we can get. Can anybody in here tell me what are the like indexes that we can, not indexes, let's say techniques of calculating how to check the accuracy of the classification? Correct? Sorry? Yes. And we have total accuracy, we can go overall accuracy, and producers accuracy we can go. So in here we will calculate kappa and total accuracy and overall accuracy as well. So since you told about the kappa accuracy, how much that we need to have on the kappa in order to come with a good model? Correct. So it's more than, if it's like close to, like if it's overall accuracy as well, close to more than 75, we can go ahead. But again, I told you, this is remote sensing. You need to have some sense of idea about the land or the geography when you're doing the using for research. It's better that we go for, if you're using this one for something, let's say deforestation checking, or something about the cities, not cities, the entire countries, maybe farmlands or wetlands checking or something, then you better, like, you know, in your research, you better go ahead with some of the government census data, and you can also reconfirm it. So it will provide you more accuracy into your research. So you have two sources from the surveys and the GIS techniques. So let's, like, after this one, can anybody in here tell me, like, when we will start our accuracy? Because I told you in a JavaScript, we are going from reading line by line. You cannot just type anywhere in the JavaScript, like most of the programming languages, because it's read line by line. Anything that we are using in the classification techniques, it has to be, anything we are using, it has to be upper than the where that we are starting the classification. So let's start going ahead. Can anybody tell me where we can start? Yeah. After adding these NDVI all layers, yes, we can go ahead. But in here also is okay. There's no problem. Like, because these things only goes for the purpose of displaying in our map. It doesn't count on the calculations that we are doing. There's no problem. The color palettes also not a problem, but whenever that you need to use the color palettes, it's better you go after the color palettes. Because when you want to add this classified map into your map, you may need to use any of the color palette. So let's go after this, adding this one as well, as he suggested us. So this place, can the back seaters can see the screen clearly? Anybody who is not clear with the screen? Everyone is clear, no? Okay, let's start. A comment we are putting the beginning of LULC classification. Begin the calculation. Okay. Now I have write the training polygons. So can anybody in here tell me, in land use land classification, What are the properties normal land cover have in the when we are using? Water, urban area specifically calculate. We can go because urban areas have parks, roads, natural vegetation. Okay. Agricultural. What else? We have buildings. What we can go as build up areas. Then we have that the areas that no lands are goes, but land is cleared, barren lands. Yes. Lands. Okay. Any other? Did I miss? Sorry. The routes. The roads can go ahead with the build up, because if we go for the roads, specifically road network, it's better that we use it from sensors easily, because when it comes to the albedo, because we are using the changes of the indexes that we are calculating, but it cannot be calculated like roads specifically when it comes. Okay, now we have 5 categories. Okay, we can go with the 5 categories. So there are 2 methods. No, not 2 methods, like 1 method, sorry. But let's run the code so we can see our area of interest. How to side. This one. I got it up. Run it. Okay. Now in here, my map will go into the location. Let's wait for the internet for the running. How can I go to the site? Okay, in here, so far we haven't used this one. Have we used this one before? No. In here, we will be using this kind of, there are several techniques we can train our sample training data. When you go for the map viewing area, we can mark it as points and the drawing the shape and the polygon, the rectangle. Both are polygons. This one rectangle one and the drawing the shape. Both are polygons. So you can mark it as a point, or else you can, like, if it's a water area, you can mark it as a polygon, and the area will be calculating like that. And in here you can click point and you can see a one will be open as geometry. So when you open this one geometry, you can open click this edit layer properties. Click this, then you will get something like this. Okay. In here we will add our names of the land covers that we are using. We have 5. So first of all, we are going with oh yes, I will show again. In the map viewing area, you will see the points like a hand, point, and line, and shapes. These are both polygons. And click just one. Maybe it's a draw a shape. It's not a problem. Okay. Once you click, it will be created as geometry. Do not click on the map, okay? It will create as geometry on the geometric imports. Then over there, you can just go into the geometry and click this edit layer properties. Okay. Okay. Click this one. You will get this box. In here, first I will put the build up. Do not put spaces. And after that, feature collection. Import as a feature collection. Then after that, under the properties, what is the property? No, we can you can use class as well. There's no problem. We will use the property as land cover because these are land cover types. Okay, so this is a one class. Okay, land cover is the one class. And can anybody in here tell me from the Java from which number it started to count? Is it number 1? 0. 0 is the number 1. That's why when you are checking your marks in the system, it shows you 0 as your rank, which means your rank is the first. If your marks are good, or else you won't see the 0 at all in the marking scheme. So this is the first land cover. We give it as 0. Okay. And we are saying okay. You can also choose any color. So since it's build up, I will keep this red. And okay. Then after that, another new layer I'm adding. And this layer will be the natural vegetation. I will go is as forest area. Okay. Forest. And again, import as, you click this one and you will go as feature collection and add a property. Property is what? Land cover. Then what is the value? We give what is 0. This is a 1. Okay. And now we have another one. Go to the settings. In here, what is the other one we have? The agriculture. We can go as cropland. Feature collection. Property. Properties land cover. And the value is number 2. The other land, oh, we have to edit this color as well. For forest, I think this we have to give a little bit darker green. You can edit the darker side of the greens from here. Maybe a little bit more dark. For the cropland, we can give much lighter green. There's a change, okay? Then the new again, go for the settings. What is the other one we have been using? Barren lands. Feature collection, property, land cover. And we give number 2 and this is 3. And another layer is coming up. We forgot what? Water. And the water can go for a little bit this. and the property land cover 3 was given, so this is number 4. Okay, yes, correct. It starts from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the order is changed, no? The order I give is builder. The forest, and the other one is cropland, and the other one is barren land and water. The property class is land cover. All are done. Oh no, I will wait. I will wait. You can create. Oh, okay, I will open it. No, this cannot be shared. The inside should go like this. Yeah, build up 0, but again the values are changing. Okay, this is simple L. This is land cover, property type is land cover. Then these are the values that we are given for age. Okay, so only changing is the name and the value. All the other steps are similar. Update failed. Oh yeah, don't keep capital. Simple. No. Wait. Check the spellings of the land cover. Oh, sorry. Tree is okay. Okay. Oh, okay. This has to be feature collection you put. Okay. What is the this one? Water. No? Property land cover. Oh. The value is what for? Okay. Okay. Don't keep space. Yeah. Okay. When you are writing this, do not keep spaces. Okay. May have this. This one also simple. You can keep simple. It's okay, but do not keep spaces. Okay. But when you are writing, whatever simple capital you have used inside the code, also same you have to type. Okay. Oh, we can ask her to come in front. All are done? Anybody's not? Oh, you haven't done it. Okay. You want to forward? Okay. Oh, that's I've used capital in here, no? Okay. I will write capital, but no space. Sorry? I didn't get it. Sorry. For barren land. Okay. Okay. Done, Nadi? No. Not yet? You're done. Okay. Can you open the water, please, for me? Water. Settings. Yeah, settings. Okay. 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 Huh? Maybe something a problem with the software itself. Yeah. Minimum error comes as an email of this sign up for the engine project is not registered. Only one for one. It says your project is not registered. Visit Google Developer, Google Attention, right then access. Wait, Dinesh will help you to solve this one. This you need to go again and check again, refresh. But shall we run it again and check? Maybe something like, because otherwise only one will get this problem. Yeah, that's kind of maybe problem. Otherwise, this error should come for everything, not for one index. Okay. So now we have done on creating these indexes. If you go into the code on top, you will see the variables of these each feature class that we have been created have already been created on top. So these are imports. So which means you don't have to again define the variable. The variable has been opened and it has been defined. That's why whatever the things that you have been write in the name of the feature collection, like the barren land, things like water, the spellings of the capital simple must be used as it is in the when you're writing the code. Okay, because even a small capital simple, a space, it can be a problem. It will come as an error that you have not defined the variable, because it's sensitive for your capital simple and cases like that. Okay, let's go to the place that we are writing our code for the classification. Okay, in here, so I'm opening a variable var. What is the feature collection name that we have been given each feature? Land cover. So it has to be the same. Okay, if you use class, you need to go as class land cover. Okay, then equal, what is the first land cover we are used? Build up. Make sure your capital simple as you mentioned. If it has been having problem, like, you know, let's say like change this one for a capital, maybe I use the up as capital, then it will be black. Okay, it will type as black. If it comes as purple itself, which means that you have typed correctly and it has been identified, it is one of the feature class that you have been already defined in the down of the map. Okay, yes. Oh, the enlarge. Yep, can see. Okay, build up, and now we have to merge this one. I'm using merge function. This is a already defined one, so you don't need to use this one. A dot, I put a dot. Merge. What is the other land type? Forest. Then after that, another dot. The other merge again. Within the brackets, cropland. Another dot. Merge. Barren land. Did I use? Yeah, single R. I use single R. If you use double R, make sure you use double R. Okay, that's right. If it's a, doesn't matter what is the name that you use. If you have a grammar mistake, no, not grammar, spelling mistake, carry it forward. Water. Okay, and we are ending with a dot and a comma. If any of the things that we have been typed in here come in the black color, like this composite, like this land cover, then there's a spelling mistake. Okay, or should become on purple. If you write water, I saw that I think he write water as simple W, so it should be then here also simple W. Okay. If you want to see under this, this has been identified already. Once you give the points, let's say training samples, you can print this, you know, any variable in here. If we have something inside, we can use the code of print that variable name, then it will be print what are inside that variable, what are the exact, like, you know, we have already checked how many satellite images under the composite and simple L8 and capital L8. Same way that you can see that once we added, not now you won't see anything, it will come as 0 0 because we haven't give any inside this water we haven't give any training sample. Huh? Yeah, you can press enter, no problem, no problem. This way, then you should go with the dot. You should go with the dot, okay? Okay, no problem, no problem. It's not a problem. When you press again like backspace, it will come to the same place. Because from here, when you have this dot until here, it read the same line, no problem. I think we could use this one on when we do using this dot filter bounds ROI. The same, if you go into the top, see, not now, I will not print it right now because there's nothing on the training samples, okay? You need some training samples. Shall we add some training sample if you guys are finished? It consumes some time. Adding the training sample is the most like hated job that I might have, because you need to go like one by one. They need to select the places that you know geographically and add them as these are forest, like some of the samples. These are forest, these are croplands, these are build up areas, these are water bodies. Then you need to add by one by one. So after this one, we can go on to here. I will show you guys how to add. I think everyone done in here. So let's go to the map area. I will little bit zoom out, not zoom out like that, sorry, zoom out like this. So you will go into one of the class in here. Now as layers, I only have, I do have other layers as well. Only thing I haven't like print out the minimum and maximum value. So my NDVI only can see clearly. So I will do one for what we call the cropland or forest. I will go for forest maybe. It's easy, or cropland or anything is okay. So I will just select NDVI and my composite map. Removing these ticks, okay? Removing these ticks means it will not be visible to me, but there will be. Whenever that I added any of this layer, it will like under this it will create in NDBI. See, so it's like, you know, visibility removing. So I'm just using NDVI in here because I will mark only the forest or cropland, maybe forest. Okay, I will go for forest. Okay, you missed it? Anybody? No. Okay, I will tell again. Everyone go to the layers and you can just remove the other ticks of other layers. You can just keep the NDVI and your composite image. Okay. I will add this training sample and right now. So to add this training samples, everyone can look at in here. Go to the geometry imports in the weaving area and select forest. Okay. Just take your cursor over there and select forest. And you will see point drawing, and it has become as point drawing. Okay. What you can do in here, if you want to put as points, I told you there are 3 methods that you can point out. Either as a point, 1 point. It didn't come as a I wanted. Okay, 1 point. Or else you can like draw any amount of shape area, or else you can put a box, something like that. To give the locations, when you're marking these areas, which means if it's like this area, if you mark as a point, we have pixel values. I said 30 meter area, because this is land cover. Okay, the pixel value is 30 meter and displaying also 30 meters. So in this 30 meter area, I'm giving this is a forest. If I mark it as a forest, okay. If this one mark it as like, if you mark it as an area, a region, which means within this region, the boxes, I know these are areas are forest. Okay. So if it's something like, goes like this in your area, if it's more than 50%, it will take it as a forest. But try to go like without like crossing these things. So you can see when we are doing the confusion matrix, how much confused that it has been come up with other land areas, how it has been got problems. So in here, since this is the area that I know geographically, so I know forest areas are mostly located in here. You can see the reserves are in here. So if you zoom, you get to the hand, not the point. If you zoom in here, these areas have sub-forest, not like a forest like reserve, but as like area where, yeah, like small forest areas, but not like a big forest. Okay, because under the forest category you can go any amount of thick crops, let's say thick crops that is not used by, because we only have this vegetation on cropland and barren land. So NDVI has to be either cropland or else it can take under forest. If you have a class, let's say like man-made parks, things like that, then the NDVI you have to mark the points exactly. For example, if you go into the Nanjing, in our area, we have a park in Taholi Park over there. So that is not like, cannot take as a forest. But in this classification, I have the way that, because I only have forest, it also goes under forest area category. But when you are writing the research paper, you have to make sure what you have to write what in your category you have take it as forest. But if you wanted to further classify this one not as a forest but as a man-made like park area, then you can make it as park and you can mark this area. But in Sri Lanka, these areas don't have that much park. But if you go to the capital further over there, then you can see some parks. It will also categorize it as forest, but it is not actually a forest. We even say forest. Okay. So this area, you can see the NDVI value is so much high. Now this is the base map. NDVI area is so much high. Wait for the NDVI values to come. Then we can mark these NDVI values in order to classify this area. See this area, but this area NDVI value was less in these small boxes. You see? Can you see? On my screen, you can see clearly. Okay. So we go into the forest, and first you will get as point. Okay. Either you can mark this area. Do not mark this small area, because if you mark this, the light green area, it might confuse with some of the other the croplands, because we are marking the cropland area as well. Because even though that we take this as a cropland forest, sometimes in Sri Lanka we have some areas people have been taken and chop the trees, and they are started to grow, because in Sri Lanka anywhere that you want to grow, you can grow any crop. We have water and it's raining coming, because this is the wet side of the country. It's like 365 days full time raining. Morning raining, again sunny, again raining. It's like that. So we go in here, you can mark it. If you under the point, you can mark it as either point in here, or else you can go into here and click the draw a shape, and you can draw the shape around the area that you wanted to mark. See? You can mark. Okay? If you mark it as a point, I will remove this one now, and I will show you. If you want to remove, you can just go for this one and remove this one and go for delete. Okay? You can delete the training sample you give. Now I only mark one point. Let's go and see on the top. Under the forest, one element. Okay? One element, which means I only give a one training sample. If you give a point, which means it's just a one training sample. The model of the land use land classification is more accurate if you give more training samples. So if you can mark a polygon, which means the area, by highlighting, is much better than marking points. But in some cases, let's say in middle of the forest or something, a building come up, then the building cannot mark as an area. No, sometimes it comes because it's not going for 30 meter, 30 meter, like a small house. You can just mark it as sometimes as a point. Okay. So if I mark this area with a polygon, okay, now I will mark this area with a polygon in here. Okay, if I mark this area as a polygon, now you can see over there, under this one, two elements, one is a point, one is a polygon. Okay, when you go for the polygon, it has like under the polygon, it has lot of areas are touching. So when you training the sample, when you print this one, you can see how many training samples and has been taken. You can go and print this one and see. Let me go and print this one. Feature collection, because we marked as a feature collection. Under here you can see objects, zero property, features, two elements. What is the features that we have? Features 111 ID, the points, all the points. In here a polygon, 8 verticals, which means it has been taken 8 of them. See, when you mark a polygon, it takes so much training sample rather than 1 point. Okay, so you can go ahead and point out more area of training samples in the method that I have been told. You have to go with all the land types, okay, the way that I have been done. And the same time, you can also take a small break. Okay. When you wanted to go to outside and take a break and come, you can come and again do the training. Okay. I will add my minimum maximum values. I am just adding my minimum maximum value for other indexes because you guys already done, but I haven't done. Okay. So no need to you guys to follow. If you haven't had the other indexes values, you can also follow this number. Let's see this one. This. Okay. So Augustine has suggested me that you can do this one, what we call the training samples in the end of the session, and more training sample you can do it on the home as well. So we can carry it forward on the code of the rest of the things. So, but the problem is you need to do the training sample in order to finish in tomorrow. Okay. If you have any training sample, so can you tell me if anybody in here who haven't done a training sample selection? So all of you have done a training sample selection? Anybody having a problem of selecting the training samples? Training samples means selecting on here what we have done in this forest. You see, if you go into the geometry imports in the viewing area, you can see forest. I have put a 1 point and 1 polygon. So like that, you need to do at least 20 or like a lot of polygon as possible in the trainings. Not randomly, but okay, just for practicing. Yeah, you can do for just for practicing, no problem. The same time, you can check like specific location on the map, how to put the areas. If you have choose your own area, you know exactly where to put the training points and things like that. And using indexes, you can mark training samples. Okay, I see you are also marking. Okay. Try to check like, specific points and areas. Specific points and areas for the training samples. Okay, what I have been done here is checking how much the Lanka properties I have put. You can also print it and check about the variable. So after that, okay. Now we are about to begin our model. Okay, everyone, try to go for the look into this one. I will remove. I will zoom this one. Oh. Okay, you can see. Back can see, no? Okay. What I'm doing is defining the bands for the LULC model. Okay, because we need to give specific bands without we using the band. You remember in the data set when we check, we have a lot of bands. So we want these specific bands in order to use our module. Okay, so I am opening variable, another variable. bands and equal within a box within single columns, because these are, we are defining the bands, specific bands. SR underscore B3 B6 okay. Can anybody in here tell me what is the SR band 3, SRB3? Okay, you can check from the data set. Dataset is Landsat 8, surface reflectance, tier 1. Green. And band 5, near infrared. And band 6, okay, B4, band 4, red, okay. Then after that, you remember that we have added another 3 new bands. Yes, our indexes, we added them as bands into our data set. So when we use the composite, right now we have new bands coming up. So we need to add this band as well in order to use the classification model. So it will give you more accurate classifying methods. So now we are using NDVI. Okay, forgot this one and in here. 1 comma and single column. The other one is NDBI. And NDWI. Okay. Now these are the bands that we are using. We have a lot of bands, but for the model we are using these bands. Okay. If you put any other indexes like snow index, or Sri Lanka don't have snow, if you have snow you have to use snow index and it will be NDSI, and we have BSI, the bare soil index you can use. Any other indexes that you are using, you need to add into here for the model, okay, for the land use land cover model. Okay, now we need to name of the property. Labels. Another variable, the class property, simple C, never go with the cap on the class property. So the class property, the variable that we have as land cover, with all the, remember there's a variable in here, this land cover, I am taking it as class property after that, okay, but you can use this one same as land cover. The variable is image, composite image. We are using the composite image, the data set. And select. We have to select within the composite image. We are selecting the bands that we have defined in here. Okay, these bands. And we are clipping it to the region of interest. So after that, we are assembling the sample models. You remember that we have give some samples. Okay, and you remember the Augustine has told us about the one of the technique, the several techniques that we can use for classification. So in here we are using we have to again define our the way that we are using these samples, how to classify. We have several methods like random cart model, yeah, different models unsupervised. That's a composite problem, I think. Composite. Oh, in here, not a composite, but a dot clip. Sorry, this one dot clip, okay, not comma. Assemble samples for the model. Variable samples, taking the image that we have been take on the top, and using the sample regions function. Open a comma. Within that, we are opening a bigger one. Okay. And what is the collection that we have been doing? Feature collection, land cover. Feature collection is land cover. So collection. And the property, you remember we have renamed the property as class property. Okay. Because why we have been renamed it? Because we have another feature collection as land cover. Okay. And the scale is 30 because the pixel value is 30. We give I put some comments for you so you can also read this one. Label for each geometry. The scale is make each sample the same size as Landsat pixel. Okay. And you remember that in here we are using the random column, okay? Okay. Sorry? Oh yeah, sorry. There should be a n. Okay. Yeah. It's a defined function. Okay, we have started from here. You want to go up? Okay. We put define the band on here as well. Okay. You can see. They told they want to finish the training fast. So I have got into a bullet train. No. Today I'm so tired. I had the DAD as well, morning to evening. Sorry? Bellyfest? Breakfast? Bellyfest means? Oh, okay. Okay. Dia ulat sih kawan. Alat tidak ini ulat dah ulat. Itu yang ini. Halo. Halo. Itu kan dah bahkan kan. Udah itu oats kan. Ya ada nang kayak dawal itu harap dawal na. Something wrong with my stomach. Sorry? No, not today only. Like recently, a lot. Like, you know. Yes. Sometimes you can see the belly is so much big. It's nothing flat. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like today I feel like it's so much gas inside. No, it's not something like that. Like, I feel like vomiting. Sometimes I will feel vomiting. I cannot even eat. Yesterday I asked him how much I ate. I ate very few. I cannot eat now. I cannot eat. Previously, I can eat a lot. Now, yeah, with this thing, I need to go and to Sri Lanka and check my stomach for a scan or something. Maybe a cancer. Maybe a cancer. No, no, thank you. I'll take some. I can take from that shop.
No, maybe some lime water. Some lime water may be good for you.
But the problem is, oh, okay. I thought it's open. If it's open, I will be like,
Huh? Good. Herbs.
no, it's gastritis, I think. Gas. I need to order some gas medicine and continues for like 1 month continuously. So maybe, hey, might gastritis. Maybe like gastritis was too much.
Do you feel pain, Rohan?
No. Maybe
Because gas pain starts here.
yeah, maybe something like if it's a hole
It
in
feels
the.
hard.
No, nothing hurts. It doesn't feel hard. But I feel I'm not hungry.
It becomes hard. And I feel pain in the lower.
For me, it feel like I was vomiting. I cannot eat anything.
And I think
Yeah, not in here, in Sri Lanka. Not here. I already spent 3,000 RMB on hospital for different things for a 1 month of period. Okay, we finish. Now, this is just taking our sample data, okay? So we can check how many samples that we have been inputted and things like that. So then after that, we go to the up. Aside for testing our model's accuracy, okay? Sample. Dinesh, or make a explain can flow. Make type honey. We can finish the code up to this one, and Dinesh will explain you guys more, okay, on this one. මට මේ නැගිටින්න පොඩ්ඩක් අමාරුයි.